General Ling versus General Towns, but I can't build any units. That means we're not building anything from the command center, supply center, barracks, war factory, or airfield. Rangers that spawn from destroyed US buildings are allowed, as well as rocket troops from tunnel networks, and supply trucks from newly constructed supply centers are a-okay as well. Okay, on with the battle. So I got our power plant, and we're gonna upgrade with the control rods, and now we got the supply center on the go now. So General Towns is probably one of the easier generals to go up against. I would say he's probably on the same sort of level as General Tao, in a sense, because if you know how to bait him out with the particle cannons, he really does become so much easier. See, with like General Tao, his nukes are very random in the way they fire. They're very inconsistent, is how I would say it. General Towns, though, he has a pattern. So the first and third particle cannons will always aim at base defenses, if you got a lot of base defenses. The second one will go for your command center, but there is a bit of a bug with my version of General Towns. I think it's because I've downloaded an unknown file on my 0 hour folder, so not sure what's going on. So his second particle cannon that I mentioned isn't actually going to hit my command center. Even if it did, though, I would still be able to repair the damage with the dozer. It would just slow down me building, you know, super weapons or base defenses, but we're pretty much well defended regardless. So I'm going to upload this anyway because I don't see it as a problem. If I was doing like strategies where I was doing like meat shield command center strats, then I think it would be an issue because I wouldn't know if it would aim at the first command center that's pre-built or the second one that I'm using as a meat shield. And I do meat shield command center strats against Tau, but not as General Ling. I do it as Nuke General, so I'm not sure if I'll upload that one or if I'll redo it, but that's a story for another time. So right now we've got 2 tunnels, 1 bunker that's almost fully garrisoned, and taking full advantage of the tunnels by going into one and then popping out of the other just to save on travel time. Getting another bunker. Now we're just going to spam tunnel networks to get those rocket troopers up, and then we can fully garrison both bunkers.
Construction, that's a complete choice. Ready yourself. China has been generous. Building is complete.
Yep, so I'm finishing up my defensive line with another Gatling cannon, but I angled this one a little bit, so it's a bit further back. I did that so then my bunker can have a better angle on Towns' laser tanks, sentry drones, and Avengers. See, the Avengers are going to be the tricky part, is like, because if you got more than one Avenger, it does make it hard for 5 rocket troopers to destroy it. And again, taking full advantage of those tunnels by cutting down on travel time. Now going for airfield next. So with airfield and war factory are required to build super weapons as General Ling, whereas if you were playing as any other general, you'd need one of the tech buildings to build your super weapon. So there's a few differences between Ling's tech tree and the other general's tech tree. And the barracks that we've got, for example, we actually need the barracks to build those base defenses that we got right now. Now, with General Towns, in order to bait him out, you build a scaffold of a base defense that's a little bit more north of your existing base defenses, and then once he launches, you can cancel out, and then you've just baited out a particle cannon. So his particle cannons, he'll always fire them 30 seconds after they've reached 0 on the timer. Another good indicator is the voice line. So he'll say something before he launches his particle cannon. So if you're playing with the voice settings on, I recommend it if you want to go with audio cues to do the bait outs. Yeah, cancel the Scud Storm just so I could get a scaffold up, but Towns threw a fast one on me. He decided to go for my existing base defenses. That does not normally happen. So I just lost a bunch of base defenses, and that's definitely a problem. He's still got the laser tanks, and I've still got one bunker, so I could still defend myself to some extent, but not if he does any big moves where he's got multiple laser tanks and multiple Avengers that would also increase the damage of those laser tanks. So I gotta be careful here.
I'll enjoy destroying that one too. We will live in prosperity.
So we do have one Scud Storm that's good to go and is ticking down now. Now here's the thing. Because we have a Scud Storm, it means that Towns' particle cannons will now aim at our Scud Storm. So he will no longer aim at base defenses or the command center if it worked. So now what we got to do is we got to be able to make sure that we've got 5 grand before he launches his next cycle of particle cannons. Because what we want to do is, just like the base defenses, you can bait out the particle cannons with super weapon scaffolds. So if we make sure we got 5 grand, we can build up another Scud Storm, particle cannon, or nuclear missile, and then we can use that as bait. But I got to make sure that I build it more north of the existing super weapon, if that makes sense. Here comes the particle cannon, and we're cutting it a little bit close with the dozer. See, if you have a super weapon that's pretty high up in construction, it could withstand 1 particle cannon, but not 2. And so we're able to bait out a particle cannon without cancelling out our particle cannon scaffold. So now we can cancel out on the next one if we want to. That's why we just left it at that 88%. We know that it's not going to work out. So we can then cancel, and then we can use that Scud Storm. We can also do other things later. We could do artillery. Like, if you combo off artillery and a Scud Storm, you'd be able to take out his particle cannons that way. That would be one way to go about it.
Yes. That's not a good spot. Try another. A very good plan.
Yep, so I plan on building a particle cannon, and I thought, let's get a power plant, and we'll also make sure we've got a particle cannon scaffold to bait out the next particle cannon as well. That way we've got all of our, all of our ducks in a row here. See, easy, bait out, cancel out, and then we're building a new particle cannon. This time we're going to do it next to the Scud Storm. See, the plan now is to build up to 5 grand one more time, and then we can use that new 5 grand to do the bait outs later.
Upgrade complete. Our Scud Storm is ready, General.
So,
Our Scud Storm
you would
has
think
been
that I'd
launched.
aim the Scud Storm at the particle cannons? No. See, the thing is, we're not quite ready with those big moves just yet. So I aimed my Scud Storm at Power Plants, War Factory and Strategy Center. So we want to do that to build up our rank. So that's why I've got the artillery now, and we can use our next big attack later on, and then do a combo attack and then that way you can take out those particle cannons.
Unit lost.
Of course. We have big plans.
Yep, just trimming the hedges there with that barrack scaffold. It's just so my bunker's got better angle on some of those vehicles that come from the northern side.
That's not a good spot. Try
So I did a little bit of repair work on the bunker, then going for particle cannon scaffold to bait out the next cycle of Towns' particle cannons. And then we are taking a little bit of a risk keeping the dozer so close by, because if the laser tanks get enough shots off, it can also do damage to the dozer too. I do have a tunnel nearby, and the tunnels can repair the dozer as well, but you don't want to, you don't want to stay there too long. And yeah, with particle cannon, we can also get some other upgrades that are relevant to the US US units that are available to us. Since we're doing a can't build any units challenge, the only one that's really relevant would be the advanced training upgrade, and that would apply to pretty much the Rangers, because that's the only US unit that we're really going to use, since we can destroy our own US buildings to spawn Rangers, or if he destroys them for me, that's also another option. Yeah, a little bit of a risky play putting that dozer in harm's way with the Comanches there. I guess if I lost the dozer from this section, I might have been able to still win from here, because I've got the Scud Storm, I got my own particle cannon and an artillery strike that we can put them all together and then wipe out the particle cannons, and then we wouldn't have to do any bait anyway.
We have big plans. That's a good start. I am unable to build there. It will look real nice when it's done. The building is complete. Of course. Nice location.
So it was a little bit late in the game, but I decided I'm going to try and increase my defense at the bottom section too. See, reason for that is he can still attack with Comanches and Colonel Burton, and the Comanches can be a problem because, I mean, my power plants are nearby and we go offline, then we could be in a little bit of trouble. And if he invades my base with Colonel Burton, then, well, we're really going to be in trouble because I don't have any units to really defend against Colonel Burton. I'd have to do something crazy like an artillery strike or a super weapon on Colonel Burton just to deal with him. And, you know, wouldn't want to have to deal with that. So that's why we're just going to build a few Gatling cannons down here. That way we're defended against him, plus we're defended against those incoming Comanche attacks from that side.
Ready, General.
So we're doing the particle cannon first, and I'm just moving it I'm just moving it in a triangle. That way we get all of the particle cannons into the mix here. See the fiery effects there? I find that it does more damage by moving the particle cannon around, because if you just keep the particle cannon in one spot, I don't think it does as much damage. And I went for Scud Storm on the particle cannons. I could have done artillery on the particle cannons, but I thought it was too high health, and I think they would have survived, or at least one of them would have survived. That's why I resorted to Scud Storm instead. In any case though, we have destroyed all of those particle cannons, so I could have used the artillery strike much sooner. I just kept it in reserve just in case I was going to combo off with that and the particle cannon. But it doesn't really matter. I used the artillery strike on the war factory just to slow him down, and it does a little bit of damage. And it would take him time to rebuild that on top of what's already been destroyed too.
How dare you destroy my airfield?
Construction built to spec.
So yeah, now we got rank 5. So we're probably a little bit late in making our choices. Level 2 cash bounty, went for a sneak attack, and I was tossing up between level 3 cash bounty and Spectre gunship, but I went for cash bounty. See, Spectre gunship on this map would not help me very much because of the amount of base defenses he's got. And Avengers too. So yeah, since we've got nothing better to do, we're just using our dozer to put in the repair work. So yeah, even though we got the level 3 cash bounty, he's not attacking. So that's the problem. So maybe I shouldn't have used my artillery on the war factory and airfield, because I have slowed down his attacks too. But the artillery did give me some cash as a result. Now level 3 cash bounty is very good on those Comanches. See, I just got 300 bucks there. So with the level 3 cash bounty, reason why I want to try and increase the amount of money we get is, one, we don't have supply trucks gathering resources for us, but I want to get some more tunnel networks so then I can fill them up with the rocket troops, and then I can do a sneak attack inside Towns' base. They can destroy some of the buildings, and then I've got the particle cannon and the scud storm, which can pick off the buildings that are further away. So the ones that are closer to the garrison buildings, because the garrison buildings have snipers inside, and I don't want to put my guys near the snipers, because that's just going to be, that's just going to be asking for trouble if I did that. Yeah, while we wait on our funds to go up, we got to wait on the particle cannon and the scud storm to be ready. So the next main target is going to be the command center. So Towns has got a command center, but he also has one dozer. He doesn't have more dozers. So usually with the generals, so Towns has one, Y will have 3, Alexander and Granger usually have 2 dozers. So there's usually just a set amount to how many dozers they have out on the field. Yeah, now that we're fully decked out on general powers and super weapons, we're going to do a artillery Scudstorm combo to take out the command center. And I was trying to figure out a way to use my sneak attack and also not let it get destroyed by the Scudstorm, so I was keeping it just out of range. So yeah, now the next thing is we got to find the dozer. We find the dozer, we can stop him from rebuilding any of his stuff.
Unit lost.
And there he is, just near that war factory there. I'm getting those rocket troops close to the center, because it seems the center is the safest spot for my guys. If I get them too close to those garrison buildings, they are going to get sniped. So now the dozer's out of the picture, I'm going for particle cannon next. And we're going for the airfield. I'm just going in a straight line, taking out the power plants, and it's going to reach that furthest power plant, and it's going to be close to where those snipers are, so we've got to take those out, and now my rocket troops won't have to go anywhere near it.
Okay, over there.
I'm going for the airfield next. We don't want him building any more Comanches, otherwise the Comanches might pick off my guys. I left one guy behind as well. Not sure if I should pop him out of the sneak attack. I think he'd get picked off by the Rangers.
Over there! There they are!
Unit lost.
That's the cool thing. We outnumber the Rangers. It's just we're gonna lose them one by one eventually.
You must be careful.
And because that Ranger went into the red in terms of health,
Watch
he
your
decided to stop shooting, and
overtake them.
I lost my rocket troops by a sniper. See, those snipers have such range. Yeah, as I was saying with the Ranger, he was in the red and he wanted to go for the barracks to get healed up.
Let's build.
So that was sort of a dumb mistake on his part. He should have finished me off. Because I think he might have been able to finish off my remaining rocket troops.
We will live in prosperity. There's not enough
So,
build
since
space.
we got 5 grand again, I went for nuclear missile. Now, reason why I went for nuclear missile was simply I just wanted to have the trifecta of super weapons. There wasn't any super secret strategy. I just wanted to have one of each super weapon. If I was playing more optimally, I would go for another Scud Storm. If not, another particle cannon wouldn't hurt either, because well, particle cannon, 4-minute timer, speed things up. Scud Storm has got that radius, so you could pick off a whole bunch of buildings at the same time. So either one, you can't really go wrong. Nuclear missile though, 6-minute timer, so not sure if I was going to be able to fire it. That's sort of what was going through my head, but again, just want to have one of each. Yep, artillery on the war factory, that's going to knock all of those out. Now I've got Scud Storm, particle cannon ready. Scud Storm's going to hit the other war factory. We've got the strategy center in the mix there too. And particle cannon, I can see one good lineup with the barracks and the power plant and the supply center there, so that would be a good option.
How can you be winning? Isn't how it's played out in the simulation?
Yep, yeah, I did do that.
Our particle cannon has been activated.
Again, just going in a line pretty much. Barracks, barracks. Oh, okay, we mixed it up. We went for a different power plant.
How is this possible?
So we went for a bit of a lightning-shaped line there. Nothing too bad there. We got a power plant, not the one I was thinking though. So yeah, we popped out with the supply truck, and we're using the supply truck to run over a few Rangers. And we got the dozer, and we're going to build another tunnel network. And the tunnel networks with Leang, they build super fast, so we're able to get those rocket troops again. And the tunnel networks can act as decent anti-infantry defense as well. So that's another reason why we've built those, is so we can pick off the remaining Rangers, and then we could use the tunnel as well as the rocket troops inside to pick off the last few power plants as well.
Choice. Building is complete. Shh, I sense danger may be near. China has been generous.
So yeah, that is how I beat General Towns with General Leang without building any units. Now, if you enjoyed this one, leave a like, comment, subscribe. I do have a playlist if you want to check out any more challenges that are much harder than this one. I'm Croclo, I'll see you next time. Bye.
Dozer, build more reactors. Lasers take a lot of power.
We are victorious.
You defeated me, General, but I will scan your tactics and devise a superior strategy.